They were all up here, and then they saw me coming and they decided to leave. For reasons that I understand. The last time I was here, I made the mistake of giving them like a half a loaf of bread. Now apparently bread is not good for geese. Mainly because it's like junk food for them, essentially. And it makes it harder for them to fly. And that made me really sad. And I was concerned that I nearly killed all these geese, but obviously I didn't. They're still here. So hello? I don't know what you guys are saying to each other. You know, it's already bad enough having to listen to humans talk and hearing the stupid things that come out of a human being's mouth. But I often wonder about the ways that other animals communicate. I wonder if they have useless jibber jabber, you know? I wonder that about my cats a lot. Like, do you think that animals gossip? Do you think that animals, like, talk shit about other animals? I mean, I know it's possible they get jealous. I know that they have emotions. I know they're not as intricate as our emotions. Whatever that means. I feel like smartphones have proven just how easy it is to manipulate human beings to do whatever you want them to do. I wonder if other animals had the option of using technology. I wonder if they would do it. Like, I guess if it made things easier, they would. Because they're not conscious, you know? They don't know if something's really bad for them. That's why a dog will eat, you know, a whole slab of chocolate, not knowing that that chocolate could potentially kill them. They're not conscious. But it's just sad because human beings, they have the brains and they have the potential to be conscious, but they choose not to be, you know? Hey, come over here. Come over here. They won't come unless I have bread. There has to be some incentive for them to get close to a human, you know? It's okay. I don't take it personally that you don't want shit to do with human beings. I don't either. I don't either. But I'm a human, so I don't have this choice where I could just, you know, scurry off into a lake and be satisfied with whatever I receive, you know? in one sense, they're so lucky for that they don't have to be conscious of how bad everything is, you know? They just survive. That's all they're worried about. Yeah, you see, if you give them bread, they won't do what they're doing now, and they're supposed to do what they're doing now. I mean, in a way, it's kind of sick, like what we've done with animals, like how we've domesticated them. And like, I know that I'm a hypocrite because I got 2 cats, but it's like we're already in the situation. So it's not like people are just gonna like give up their animals and be like, oh no, this is wrong. This is wrong that we've made them rely on us for things. You know? Like, I was thinking about the whole pit bull situation, you know, like how people probably shouldn't be raising a dog that is, by its own genetic makeup, prone to like destroy things. But I was thinking, you know, that shouldn't just be applied to the pit bull breed. That should be applied to all the breeds. Really, I mean, it's like in one sense, like you have, you know, packing dogs and hunting dogs, various animals that can be used in a positive way. You know, animals that can work with us and work for us. But I think it's kind of messed up to like train an animal to just like rely on you, you know? I mean, I think what it is just a bunch of really sick people that can't even take care of themselves, and so they're like, oh, well, I'll just get a dog. You just get a dog so you can cleverly disguise the fact that you're really, really sick in the head, and you have this dog that you're taking care of, and you can fool yourself into thinking that you're somewhat healthy because you're taking care of something, right? I mean, I understand that logic to a certain extent. But I feel like people's mental health should be assessed before they're allowed to rescue a dog. Mainly because it's too easy to use something as a shield to keep you from ever having to address issues that need to be addressed, you know? And you just see this all the time with so many different types of people. And you know, it's really bad when you see somebody, you know, and they're like a caregiver or something. You know, so it's like that person's like they've chosen like a particular field, a particular job, whatever, that goes along with their own like emotional needs. So they'll never actually like deal with what they should have probably dealt with a long time ago. That makes sense though, man. I mean, why do you think you do stand-up comedy? It's because you offend people everywhere you go. So doesn't that make sense? Yeah, it does. It does make sense. But why do you think you chose a restaurant work? It's because they put up with that shit. Because you kind of have to be like somewhat of a self-destructive person to work in the food industry, I've realized. Because like restaurant work is so mundane and it's somewhat abusive, like the kinds of shit that you have to put up with. Like it's emotionally abusive and it takes a toll on you after a while unless you know, develop reptilian skin like the kind that I have. Hey, come on, baby, come on. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy. Come on. The camera makes it look like he, she, whatever gender this duck is. It's a goose. It's a goose, damn it. Is it a goose? I don't know what it is. Ducks are smaller, aren't they? Ducks are smaller and cuter. Yeah, this camera's misleading. But yeah, what I was saying about restaurant work. Yeah, just having to deal with the general public, you know, it's taxing because you just have to deal with a lot of stupid, garbage behavior, you know? People making a big deal about absolutely nothing, people throwing temper tantrums over a ketchup packet, you know, things like that. And I think that if you understand like what you're dealing with and you understand like, okay, people are stupid and people are ignorant and people don't know any better and, you know, they don't have any self-awareness, they don't know what they do. If you approach things from that perspective, then it's a lot easier to deal with. But I think that a lot of people, they get hardened after a while. Ooh, my napkin, my napkin! Just in case I start crying. I need that. Okay. Ugh. But if I shake this, I wouldn't shake that. I mean, I guess you can, since we're in a place where we can shake that and not make a mess. But I would not recommend that. Just open it. Okay. But anyway. Hello. Yeah, so I've worked in the restaurant industry for 15 years. And I remember when I first started, I took so many things personally and I was so sensitive. And if I got yelled at, I would internalize that. And I think that one of the reasons why I still work at Steak and Shake isn't just because I'm a drug addict. It's because I feel like there's a lot that I've learned about life, and there's a lot that I figured out about myself. And I have wrestled with that, like just, you know, asking myself this question, like, could I do more with my life? Am I like doing myself a disservice by working in restaurants? And I think that I was approaching it the way that the world approaches it, like, oh, well, what I do isn't good enough, and you know, being on the lowest rung of society, like, it's just pathetic, you know, anybody could work here. But, I mean, that is somewhat true. I think you have to be a really humble person to be able to work there, but I think that also can backfire and that can make you, like, really arrogant and, like, think, like, oh, I put up with so much shit and nobody can do what I do and all that, and so there's just no way to win. Just kill yourself, right? But I feel like there's so much that you can learn and you can apply what you've learned. But I've seen a lot of people in the restaurant industry just like learn nothing, and it's like they just get mad about the same shit over and over and over again. And they'll just let people get to them. I suppose it just depends on the day, though, right? Like, some days you can handle it, some days you can't. And any day that you can't handle it, you're like, what's wrong with me, man? Yesterday I was fine. You don't have to be fine every day. You can have an emotional meltdown sometimes. It's okay.
You don't need medication, you don't need therapy, you don't need anything. Just have the meltdown and move on. You know? It's like we're just obsessed with trying to fix things that we can't fix anyway because we're not God. So I guess that's why I've just always sort of like stuck this out with my job, because I'm like, maybe I'm not supposed to like do more. Maybe I'm not supposed to like get a better paying job and have people in the world respect me, as if I care what the world thinks anyway. What's really cool about being on the lowest rung of the ladder is all the stuff that you see and all the stuff that, you know, if you're an observant person like I am, you pick up on these things, and if you're lucky, you can apply them. Now, I'm not always good at this. There are definitely a lot of days when I fall short and I don't apply what I know. And I'm always kicking myself on those days. And then I'm kicking myself for kicking myself. And then I'm kicking myself for kicking myself for kicking myself, you know, because I can't, like, just calm down and relax and just let myself be just okay. But that's life, though, right? That's just being a good old-fashioned human being. You know that saying, oh, they don't make them like they used to anymore? That saying is definitely applicable now, is it not? Because pretty soon, like, I mean, I'm sure it probably already is, like, literally true. You know, like, people are different. Like, people are wired differently. And I know that this world is far different than it used to be, even though it's the same. It's weird. It's like the more that they add to our society to make it seem like we're progressing or advancing, it just seems to take away more and more from like who we are and what our actual purpose is on this planet, you know? So that's why I don't have a smartphone, if you didn't know that. I refuse to get a smartphone because I hate how the technology just zaps out all of our consciousness. That's what its intention is. Don't fool yourself into thinking that the people that are pushing that sort of social change don't think that they have our best interests, or that they want us to live happy, prosperous lives. They want us to be miserable sacks of crap so that we continue to look to them for the solution to the problem that is them. So this is the solution right here, just sitting with these duck, geese looking things and just hanging out and appreciating their existence, even though they probably don't appreciate mine because they're not conscious of it. They just know I exist, right? They don't know what my purpose is. They don't know what I'm doing. They have no idea that they're being filmed right now. Look at their webbed feet. That's just so amazing. I could watch animals all day, y'all.